Good afternoon. Once PowerPoint starts, my name is Ryan Smith. I'm from the University of Cincinnati, and I'm a member of Alpha Epsilon Pi. First, I'm going to start off by tooting my own horn. I'm going to be talking to you guys about the accidental creation of hazing. And this is probably the 20th thing you've been to this entire time that's talked about hazing. But I'm going to give a little background on myself and explain why I'm talking about this. I served on my IFC Judicial Board. I am the VP of recruitment for IFC. I'm a member of the Order of Omega and Phi Rho Chi, which is a men's honorary at the University of Cincinnati. And you can read the rest of that as well. But I'm just going to go right into it. We're going to have 3 objectives today, if the PowerPoint will catch up. 3 objectives are going to be, we're going to view actions that people have taken or have done. We're going to analyze that action and the rationale behind it, what the brothers were thinking about when they did these actions, or what the new members thought about. And then we're also going to confront that. So there we go. Right now, the definition of hazing was just up there. That is the definition we're going to run with this entire time. And we're going to interchangeably use the words pledge, new member, and associate member, because different people call it different things. So first, I'm going to view some blatant forms of hazing. We all hear them. We all know about them. Forcing someone to drink, causing them distress or discomfort, hurting them, like physically, hitting them, paddling them. These are the things that we see. These are the things that hurt us. You hear about them on the news. You get the emails from your nationals. This chapter got closed by it. But there are these accidental forms of hazing that people do. When someone's having an event, someone's having a brotherhood type event like a room crawl, pub crawl, parties, celebrations, they don't mean to hurt anyone, but at the end of the day, these new guys sometimes do get hurt, and we don't realize we're doing it. Here's a good example of this, and yes, I am amazing at Microsoft Paint, as you can see. There was one chapter that gave their new members 2 handles of Captain Morgan's and 20 Cokes. It was supposed to have been a party for them. But one of the brothers said to these new guys, when you're finished, come get us. They didn't mean to make these guys drink this stuff, but the new guys felt so. This is a prime example of the hazing, because these guys that felt they had to drink this stuff, the brother telling them, come get us when you're finished, had an implied intent to them. And while the action is important, you have to look at the rationale, especially for these new guys. As we said before, that was the action, and the rationale for the new guys was, or for the brothers, sorry, was to celebrate these new members being inducted into the chapter, to have a blast, just to have a little party. But their actions did something entirely different than what they intended it to do. So for the new guys, they were sitting there thinking, I have to drink this. This is a test. If I don't do this, they won't let me in this chapter. They expect more from me even after I finish drinking this. And it all comes from that one sentence, come get us when you're finished. And it also comes from this mentality of, I'm less than them. They are a brother. They're active. I have to do this. On the other hand, the brothers were thinking, this is going to be awesome. These guys are going to have so much fun. It's going to be a nice little party. Didn't come off that way. They hazed them. They didn't mean to, but they did. Second example of this was a room crawl. In this room crawl, the little brothers and the big brothers teamed up, and they were going to go room to room in the fraternity house and drink. It's a fun little brotherhood event. It's supposed to be a blast, and that's what the brothers were thinking. The new guys didn't think so much. They felt, I have to drink because all the actors around me are doing it. They were never told they had to do it, but they felt that they had to. And at the end of the day, we really want the best for our new guys. We want to develop our boys into men, and not just men, but great men. We want to develop our girls into women, and not just women, but great women. And we do this many different ways. But having these events really deters that and hurts this development. With all these actions, their intentions really were the best, but their actions completely counteracted it. And without it, they started hazing their guys. And you can actually haze one of your brothers. We've seen it all the time, brosicingbros.com. So how do you avoid doing this, and how do you make sure these types of things don't happen? When you're doing an event, just think about it how they're going to think about it, these new guys, because they really are the central focus of the event. Think about how this is going to look in 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, and how this could evolve. This is why scavenger hunts typically aren't allowed by most fraternities, because they evolve terribly. And great ways to avoid these, if it involves alcohol, you need to always have a sober monitor. Because once alcohol gets involved, any type of management rationale goes out the window. Watch what you're saying to these guys, because they're going to take everything literally. They're going to believe everything. And you got to be a role model. And I've seen people try to do things to deter this. You don't have to do this. They'll sell them. The new guys don't think that. They really think that this is a test. I have to do this. If everyone does it, they feel that they have to do it. But let's say something goes bad and you don't want this to happen. Be that one person that causes a scene, because if you get really angry and make people feel embarrassed, they're going to stop. And let's say it really does go bad. When that happens, learn from your mistakes, work on a way to fix it, and you really need to talk to your new members, because they're the most important people. And if you can't fix it, nix the program. Because if that happens, you don't want to continue this trend of accidental hazing, which once you realize it's accidental, it becomes blatant hazing. So just going to wrap this up real quick. We looked at some actions. When you're making an event, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Why are you doing it? You've got to be able to answer those questions. And then analyze the action and the rationale behind it. How this come off as, what will they be thinking? They being the new guys. What are we thinking as active brothers or sisters? And confront this and just be like, is this right? Is this what we really want to do? Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you, don't have any fun at your events, because that's not true. College is what you make it. It's a blast. As one of my brothers say, have fun, have a blast, bro out. Not my favorite term. But be safe and think about what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to say, what would our founders think? What would our nationals think? And you should be able to answer that with no hesitation. Thank you.